Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. Welcome back to another episode with me, David Wintzer. As always, you can go over to davidwintzer.com, get your free downloadable templates, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this channel with your friends. Don't forget, every Thursday, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I'm going live on YouTube to do a construction master course, how to start your own construction company. A master class going live on YouTube every Thursday, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Keep that in mind. Don't forget to tune in. For those of you that don't know, I'm a residential general contractor in Park City, Utah, where we've accumulated $15 million worth of work in just 18 months worth of being in business. And my goal with this channel is to share with you the things that we're doing that'll hopefully help you along the way with your construction journey. So everything I do in this channel is just kind of giving you pieces of information of things that we're doing within our company, or ways that you can learn as an individual. And I used to work for a $1 billion contractor, and so I'm implementing a lot of the things into our own business that I learned at this $1 billion construction company. And so one of the things I learned about this company was lean construction. Now, lean is a process. This video is going to go into a little more in depth at a later date when I can share this via like a computer screen and help you understand fully the concept. But lean is a process that was invented by Toyota, call it 50, 60, 70 years ago. And lean manufacturing is a way of efficient lean manufacturing. And there isn't a facility in the world, manufacturing wise, that doesn't implement lean. If anybody's in manufacturing, whether you're making components for a car, or you are making cars, or you're making cell phones, or you're making shoes, or whatever it is, if you're in the manufacturing business, you're operating in a lean condition. And lean has a couple few things about it, and the few things are like eliminating waste, time, on-time deliveries. I don't know all the things of lean, but there's certain ways that you can set up your manufacturing process to make it as efficient as possible. And Toyota created this, and it was a way to make more money, save more time, and be more efficient in your production lines. And so construction is really far behind when it comes to lean operations and just producing at a high efficiency level. Construction is different because we're dealing with Mother Nature. We're dealing with a lot of different individuals. Every construction project is different. Every house is different. Every detail is different. And so that's the difference with construction. You can't streamline it. You can't have it in a factory with conveyor belts and system processes that are repeatable every single time. So that's the difference. And in construction, you can't keep a certain schedule because it snows, or you got a hurricane, or you got a tornado, things like that hurt your schedule. And so it's unpredictable. So, but one of the things I want to talk to you about today is about in lean. The biggest thing with lean is if you touch it once. If you touch it once, it's more efficient. And it's really hard to track this, but I've slowly myself started getting my brain in the mindset of how many times am I touching something. And the simplest way I can put this into perspective is, okay, so if you are in a rush and you are delivering, call it some material to your job site, and that material is going to go into the master bedroom. And if you bring that material and you go, I'm in a rush, I'll just set it in the garage. And you set it in the garage and you leave. If you had taken the extra 30 seconds or so to take that material and carry it into the garage, you picked it up, you've touched it one time. You're moving from your car and you move to the master bedroom where it goes. You've touched it one time. If you pick it up and set it in the garage, you've touched it one time. Now you pick it up and put in the master bedroom days later. You've touched it twice. So you've added an extra step to the process. So you're 100%, you've touched the product 100% more of the time now already. So you've increased your production, you've increased your time by 100% in that particular scope of work. And when you put it that way, it's an extraordinary amount of time that you're adding to the job cost. So that's one thing, that's moving a piece of material. So how many times throughout the job is someone setting something down that goes somewhere else and they're touching it twice? How many times are you picking something up, setting it down, picking it up, moving it, picking it up, moving it, picking it up, and finally putting it in its final location? Have you touched it 5 times instead of 1 time? That's a 500% increase. So when you start thinking in the in the form of percentages and how often you are touching the objects that need to be in certain locations on your job site. Think about that. If you're picking something up from a storage unit and taking it to the job site that's not ready for it, well, you're for sure going to have to move it. So you pick up that material and you say, oh, I'll put it in the master bedroom. Yeah, but we still got to tile the master, so you have to take it out of the master and put it in the bedroom. And then you're going to take it in the bedroom, and then you got to move into the kitchen because you're putting the hardwood floors down. So you've now touched that thing 3 or 4 times. You've moved it because you delivered it to the site too early. So on-time deliveries are part of lean, and touching it once is part of lean. So start thinking in the way of how often are you touching certain items on your job site. And if you're having to move them from room to room so you can get out of the painter's way, so you can get out of the tile guy's way, so you can, the electrician's coming, you got to move it because that box is going to be in the way, they're installing the cabinets, everything's in the way. How many times are things in the way on your job sites that you have to move them? And how much percent is that making you do more work? And when you think of it in those terms, if you think of the entire year, call it 12 to 18 months that you're building a house, you're touching one thing 100% of the time. That's thousands and thousands, if not tens of thousands of percent more time that you're putting on. And that time may be only 30 seconds. So that 100% more time may have only added 30 more seconds to your day. So at the end of the day, that particular scope, yeah, 30 seconds, no big deal. But 30 seconds times a couple thousand percent is a lot. And so how are you going to be able to cut down on your efficiency and your time? And those are little things that you don't realize it, and you're like, why do I have more time in my day? It's because you're becoming more efficient and you're becoming more lean. So if you can adopt lean operations, and I have a couple individuals at my old company, some individuals that are working with, companies that are doing $5 to $10 billion a year. These individuals I built relationships with my other company, and they've agreed to come in on this YouTube channel and discuss lean operations to you guys. So that'll be a treat coming in the future, that I have some real professionals, people that are getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to discuss and figure out lean operations for multi-billion-dollar companies and $100+ million jobs where they're building airports and stuff like this, and they're figuring out the leanest way to operate at the most optimal, efficient way to save money, time, resources, all that stuff. So lean operations is a huge thing when you do it right, and it's really difficult to do it all the time because it's construction and you're a small company probably and you don't have the time to do that. But the simplest thing you can do right now as a lean general contractor is figure out how often you're touching certain things in your job and make sure that you can eliminate that touch and only touch it once. If you can only touch something once, I can't explain to you how much faster and more efficient your jobs will be, and you won't even realize why, but they will be happening more often than you think. So that's my little rant for right now. That's all I got for you today. As always, go over to davidwintzer.com, get your free downloadable templates, and I appreciate you guys. Don't forget, Thursdays, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. We're going live. Masterclass how to start your own general contracting company, hosted by me, David Wintzer, and I'm going to share with you all the tips and tricks and tactics that we've used from a billion-dollar employer that I used to work with to grow our company to $15 million in sales in just 18 months. So tune into that. I appreciate you guys. I hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye.